We are now into Wednesday, January 28th in the state of Michigan, and what a surprise. We have cold and snow continuing to dominate and highlight the forecast video today. So let's talk about who sees how much snow and who sees the coldest air. But before we start, I'm going to ask for a minute of your time to talk about our disaster relief efforts here in the United States. If you guys did not know, we had a major winter storm that impacted the eastern U.S. over the past weekend. Up here in the Great Lakes, we had snow, but to the south across Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and Texas, they had a major icing event. As much as a half inch to an inch of ice accreted on surfaces, took down power grids, trees, you name it. It's just like what we saw in northern Michigan last year. And just like in northern Michigan last year, we want to help. So here at Michigan Storm Chasers, we have created an Amazon wish list for you guys to help us help the people down south. So I will link this in the description below, but this wish list is full of items that are essential to disaster relief, whether it's diapers, whether it's food, whether it's blankets, whether it's flashlights. It is all on this wish list, and you guys can help us out by purchasing an item or 2 or 5, whatever you want to do to help out. They get shipped directly to us, and we are deploying a team right here from MSC to go south to deliver all of these, just like we did for northern Michigan with last year's ice storm. So again, I will link this in the description below. I would really appreciate it if you guys stepped up and helped us help our fellow Americans in need at this current moment. Also, last, I want to mention, we also have a website here. If you guys do not want to purchase off Amazon, you can also monetarily donate via our website. If you go to michiganstormchasers.com, go to the support tab up here at the top left. There's a button here that says donate to MSC. Click that blue donate button and you can also monetarily donate. Everything that gets donated is going directly to the relief efforts in the South. So again, if you guys feel led to support, I would really appreciate it if we all banded together and helped our fellow Americans. Now, with that being said, let's jump back into today's video. Temperatures today are going to remain quite cold. What a surprise. We're going to be in the teens for the high temps today up in the UP. Could be about 5 degrees in some spots up there, but overall, a nice tropical day here in the state of Michigan. Tomorrow, Thursday, much of the same. Overnight lows, though, could be below 0 for the entire state. These are actual temperatures, not wind chills. We'll talk about wind chills in a second. 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, almost the entire state is below 0. Afternoon highs, though, right around teens, 10 to 15. Further north, though, right around 5 or so degrees for you guys. So a very brutal, cold 2-day stretch here. Moving us into the wind chills. Today, not bad out there. We're around 0 degrees. Up in the UP, though, we're right around -5, -10, some spots there. Not bad, I guess, but we've seen worse. Thursday into Friday is going to be the coldest air of the season. Overnight tonight, we could get down to -30, 35 in some spots up in the Gaylord, eastern UP region. Otherwise, -10 to -20 is going to be that range. We're going to expect that to happen. Of course, models sometimes underdo these just because we have snowpack on the ground. It helps things get colder. So don't be surprised if a little bit colder air infiltrates in than what is shown on this model here. This continues all into Thursday. Thursday's wind chills will continue to be below 0 for a lot of us here. Unless you're in West Michigan, we're going to have some cloud cover there, keeping things nice and toasty in the 15-degree range there across the Lake Michigan shoreline counties. Going past into Friday, these wind chills will be the coldest late Thursday into most all of Friday. The model is suggesting Friday morning could be right around -15 to -30 across a good portion of the state. This continues throughout the day on Friday, and by the time we get to Friday night, that cold air shifts to the south, and all of a sudden by Friday at 9 p.m., -25, -20-ish wind chills are being shown across southern Michigan here, across the 94, 96 corridors. That continues into Saturday. A little bit of a break for Saturday, though, if you call it a break at all. Wind chills going to be right around 5 degrees or so. But we're right back into it Saturday night into Sunday with more cold air being shown. And then Sunday looks to be a little bit warmer across the state as well. But we'll talk about that a little bit later on in tomorrow's video. Lake effect snow continues to ramp up here today for the UP. Yesterday, we saw several accidents, slide-offs. It was one of the worst travel days that we've seen this year. We haven't had too many of those, but yesterday was definitely one. We had a pile-up, we had slide-offs galore. We had a lot of stuff going on yesterday across West Michigan. As I continue this into the day today, lake effect snow will ramp up later on tonight for West Michigan once again. It continues all day for the UP. And as we move into Thursday, it continues to dominate localized areas in western lower Michigan. The winds during this time frame as well, gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour at most. Not a huge deal there, but it is enough to blow some snow around in lake effect areas, and that light fluffy snow can easily blow even with 20 mile per hour winds, so keep that in mind. When all is said and done, between now and the end of Thursday, we're going to see a widespread 1 to as much as 8 inches additional accumulation of snow across West Michigan, as well as up in the UP, especially the UP. So if you're over there, very close to these lakeshore areas, we see these little pinpointed, localized swaths of 8 inches or so. But otherwise, you go further east, you're going to drop off there 1 to 3 for a lot of us here. But again, those localized areas getting more. Up here in the very far western UP and the very north central part of the UP, we're seeing snow accumulations 1 to about 8 inches again for you guys up there. So between now and tomorrow night, expect snow to continue to ramp up for you guys in lake effect belts. Long term, people are still asking, when is it going to warm up? When's our next major system? Well, the answer is I have an answer for one of these, but not the other one. Next major system we talked about on 2 days ago. The East Coast storm continues to be shown on the East Coast. It develops off to the south of us. It kind of tracks like a nor'easter up the East Coast. Someone up there is going to get a lot of snow, but the track does keep it offshore for the majority of it. So I would say Massachusetts, that area up there, perhaps Maine as well. Prepare yourselves for a snowstorm, but nothing's an impact with this with Michigan. So overall, no major systems besides lake effect snow is being shown for Michigan. Next passing disturbance is shown to be Monday. A weak clipper comes through. I wouldn't call that enough to really warrant attention or mention of anything significant, though. But that's our next system being shown right on Monday, February 2nd. 15 days worth of temperatures here based out of Ann Arbor. We are going to slowly and gradually come out of this Arctic blast that has just continued to dominate. For the first week of February, we're seeing temperatures in the mid to upper 20s and perhaps mid 30s as well. That will continue for a few days there in the first week of February. But overall, we're going to slowly, gradually move up a little bit warmer as we push toward that time frame. The CPC temperature outlook highlights the above average temperatures to our west for the first week of February as well. So they are also seeing this as well. We're going to see a little bit of a warm up upcoming. So if you're looking for a bit warmer air, you guys are going to have to wait another 5 to 10 days. That is your forecast today, guys. Thank you for watching. And as always, feel free to hit the like and subscribe buttons. It helps us out a lot. And do not forget, we are doing disaster relief and deployment to the deep south with their ice storm. Amazon wish list, as well as our website to donate, will be in the description below. Would appreciate if you guys banded together and helped our fellow Americans that are impacted by this icing event. Thank you very much. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.